I think that there are three things that you can do. And by the way, that's a great question, and it's a question we often get. It's great that you're willing to take your child with you and not treat your child different from the way you would treat any other of your grandchildren. So the first thing is you need to be knowledgeable about type 1 diabetes, and there are a couple of different ways to acquire that knowledge. Almost certainly when your grandchild was first diagnosed, his parents got a lot of educational materials and an educational manual, and I bet they still have it, and I might ask if you can see it, or ask if they could ask their child's diabetes doctor to get the manual, because the manual provides, and they're not complicated, but it provides some general tips about travel and traveling safely. The second thing to do is, it depends on how much time you've got, most pediatric diabetes centers around the country are delighted when people like you are willing to take on their grandchild with diabetes, and will often, if you call and ask, would be happy to spend some time doing some face-to-face education. My mother always says, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. But as a pediatrician and as a pediatric diabetes doctor, we often have grandparents that want to come in for a refresher or a short course on diabetes because their grandchild is going to come spend several weeks with them during the summer. And the third thing is to ask the child's parents what kind of preparation they did for the school, because in fact you're going to need the same tool that the schools need. So you're going to need to have access to insulin, you're going to need to have access to food and keep food in some form or sugar or something around in case certain circumstances arrive, and you're going to need to be able to do monitoring, so you're going to need a monitoring device and the appropriate strips so that you can monitor blood sugar. And then the fourth thing that I should say has made life enormously easier for all of us, quite frankly, is a cell phone. Unless you're traveling to a remote part of the world, I think many grandparents learn to do all the mechanical skills. So they learn how to draw up and give insulin. They learn how to check blood sugars, particularly for younger children. But when it comes to decision making, they simply call up the child's parent and say, his blood sugar is 326, we're about to go out for a hike, and oh, by the way, we're about to sit down and eat pizza, and he thinks he wants 2 slices. And so cell phones are a great boon, a great advantage to children, quite frankly, with diabetes, and to people other than their parents who take care of them.